oppression, colonialism, and racism working in that place, in the chamber.
Strong words from Ontario MPP Sol Mamawak the day after Ontario's premier accused him of jumping the queue when getting a vaccine. I'm Cristina Howorun, and today, after pressure from all parties, Premier Ford apologized.
What has Ontario done to work with Indigenous-led health providers to vaccinate vulnerable urban Indigenous people as part of Phase 1 priority rollout?
That was one of our highest priorities, to go into the 31 flying communities. And not only did Orange fly in, but the member flew in too to get his vaccine. So thank you for doing that and kind of jumping the line.
In the moment, Mamawak says he was speechless.
Because I'm so used to being treated like that, I have normalized it. But after much reflection, that's what it was. And would I have gotten into trouble if I called him out on those things? Perhaps. I probably would have got kicked out.
I'm Sol Mamawak, the MPP for Kiwetnuk.
Mamawak was eligible to receive the vaccine and did not jump a queue. He was part of a campaign organized by First Nations leaders and public health officials to help curb vaccine hesitancy amongst Indigenous people. Vaccine uptake had been slow on some reserves, owing in part to a lack of trust with the government. In a series of tweets, Mamawak documented his inoculation, hoping he'd encourage others to roll up their sleeves.
Maybe I changed one person's mind. Maybe two. Maybe 200. Maybe a few thousand. I don't know. But if I had made a difference, that would have been the work that we would have to do. That's the work that we're doing.
Yesterday, several legislators called on Ford for an apology, with some becoming emotional about the exchange.
I just can't believe, after a year of this pandemic and all that people in this province have been through, for the Premier to accuse one of the most respected members of the legislature of queue jumping when he was just doing his job and showing leadership, I think is completely inappropriate. And I think the Premier needs to apologize. And I'm really sorry. I didn't think I would get emotional. But I've been feeling numb ever since that moment happened.
With little fanfare, the Premier called Mamawak today and apologized. Mamawak wouldn't say if he accepted the apology, only that he appreciated the call.
If he's apologizing, I think I would want to see some action. Action speak louder than words. And we need to be able to see those urban Indigenous-led vaccine clinics in Toronto, in Thunder Bay. And, they're in a crisis.
And that plan is key. That's what prompted the whole exchange between Mamawak and Ford. Mamawak asking the Premier about the lack of a detailed plan for vaccinating urban and off-reserve Indigenous peoples. It's a question that remains unanswered. In Toronto, Cristina Howorun, City News.